How are we all? What's up and welcome, kia ora. Lovely to have you all here. Who's in the chat? What's up, Niv? What's up, Pangus? What's up, Sitar in Australia? What's up, Average Cuber? Hey, I'm an average cuber. What's happening? What's happening, everyone? Let me know. Let me know in the chat where you are. Let me know what's going on. I was ever slightly late this morning. Just a lot going on. Hey Oxford, welcome along. What's up ICN? I don't recognize your name. Are you new? If you're new, welcome along. Welcome, welcome, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends beyond the binary. This is Cubecast episode 21? Episode 21, can you believe that? Here's the situation. Let me just lay some groundwork for you, okay? And give you some background as to where I am today. I'm quite sleepy. First of all. Last night I went out to see Tom York from Radiohead, who is like legitimately one of my heroes, like one of my all-time musical heroes, icons. It was absolutely incredible. The show finished up about 11. I don't drink, so I'm not hungover, but I am sleepy because I was up. Today was a gym day, so I was up at 5. So I was like bed at 11, just absolutely adrenalined up from seeing this incredible performance. I think I'm on about 4 hours of sleep or something like that. So I'm sleepy. I'm also feeling a little bit underprepared. I've got lots to talk about, but I just haven't done my research yet and got all my links. So we're going to have to do a little bit of link hunting today. That's going to be happening. And yeah, what else? It's a long weekend here in New Zealand. We've got Monday off, so I'm getting myself organized to go away for a nice long weekend away with the kids. My kids plus my daughter's little mate as well. So it's going to be a big old busy weekend. Lots of dad energy. Lots of Americans in the chat. Average Cuber from SAU. Saudi Arabia? SAU? What are we talking about there? What's up, Clement? Welcome. What's up, Ephemica? I will serve you some slop and tea. I tell you what, can I tell you what, on the subject of, so I was a bit burned out earlier this week and I had to go and stay. So we're very, very fortunate. My in-laws, my wife's parents, they own a house just around the corner from us. So I disappeared there for a couple of days just to get some sleep, like just to get some massive sleeps in because I was so sleep deprived after the school holidays. I went there. Why am I bringing that up? Oh my gosh. Right. Okay. I can tell I'm sleepy today. I was bringing that up because, oh yeah, I've left stuff there. I left my clock there. I wanted to do solve clock today. I've left my studio light there as well. But, yeah, I've undone all that work. There was a point to bringing that up and I can't remember what it was. Far out. Anyway, this is what we're working with today, everyone. I have coffee, so we're good. And we're going to go link hunting. Oh, slop and tea. That was the cue. Okay, so yeah, as well as being exhausted and tired and worn out, this is where I was going. I'm also just kind of like, I had a bad week on YouTube, okay? All my slop was getting like a couple of 100 views. And I was like, oh man, that stinks. Like, I think it was one of my worst weeks. And it's fine. The videos weren't that interesting to people. And that's what it is. Like, I'm not taking it personally. I'm not being butthurt about it. But as much as I can be logical about it now, at the time when you're seeing these videos drop and like 6 hours later they're sitting on 200 views, you're just like, oh, my pride. Ow. It's rough. So that's it. Yeah, but I turned up again. All right, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to turn up. I'm trying to not take it personally. I'm trying to just keep slopping. Keep coming with that slop and keep coming with that tea, all right? That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so speaking of, what are we looking at today? Well, we've got some hardware to look at, some exciting hardware. A close look at the QiYi XT3. That's the tornado killer that QiYi released themselves. So that's an interesting move, isn't it? Isn't it, friends? We're going to also look at the Huameng V2, which I think is like a sort of welcome departure from, we've seen, so the XT3 is like a pared down Tornado. The GAN 15 is like a pared down GAN 12, right? They've started moving back on adjustable magnets and things like that. Don't worry about it. If you want to adjust everything, it looks like the Huameng V2 might be for you, okay? We're gonna have potentially a challenging conversation about a speedcuber from Mexico named Angel something, and they're what they've been doing recently, and that is gonna get me into a broader conversation about young people in young people in our community. So I'm an ex-youth worker, right? I've done work with young people, and I almost became a high school teacher. I was very nearly a high school music teacher. And then I went psych and didn't do it in the end. It wasn't for me. And I don't regret that decision at all. I wouldn't have been a good teacher, I don't think. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Yihang Wang Yihang. We're going to talk about Wang Yihang's 3-point that was DNF'd, right? We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to be a big hypocrite. That's what's going to happen. Because I'm not sure why that had to be DNF'd. I feel like that's unfair. And I'll explain why, and you can all argue with me. And that'll be fine. What else? There's been a WCA board resignation. Not the board. Someone on the board has resigned. We don't know much about it. We can sort of speculate, but someone on the board has resigned, Michael Chai. And I think probably the best we can do with that information, rather than just like talking nonsense, we can maybe have a look at, well, what does that mean now? What happens next, you know? 327, thank you so much, Adam. Yeah, so the board resignation, Michael Chai, and also there's an interesting post by Cade Beck on the WCA forum about the possibility of a WCA R&D department, which I can see people's issue with, but also I can see great potential in as well. So lots of yapping today. Lots of yapping. I can already see that I'm going to upset people with my take on the Wang Yihang thing. Maybe that's the poll today. Maybe that's the poll. And you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. I live to be disagreed with. That's what conversations are, everyone. Maybe that's a poll. Should we do that? If you haven't, oh no, let's save it. We'll save it until we're actually talking about it. That's a good idea, isn't it? What we should do for, are those all the things? The QiYi XT3, the Huameng V2, we'll talk about Angel, we'll talk about Yihang's DNF, we'll talk about a board resignation, and we'll talk about the R&D post. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, which should give me 6 videos for the week. Great. There's your slop, everyone. Free the 3.27, says Kai Cuber. Shall we do some solves? What are we feeling today? 3x3? 3x3 or 2x2? Because I don't have my I was gonna do clock, but I've left my clock somewhere else, and that's sad. Oh, the tier list. Yeah, we'll go through the tier list post. Actually, that's something we'll do. Thank you for that reminder. I did a community post about a tier list that I'd like to do, and whatever one I choose, I will need your help. So psych, whoever did the suggestions, if we pick your suggestion, I'm probably going to ask you to help me set it up so that I can then do it on stream next week, maybe. Pyraminx, you don't want to see me doing Pyraminx. Just hit 3s or 2s in the chat. 3 is 3x3, 2 is 2x2. 3s in the chat, 2s in the chat, and I will decide which one I want to do and ignore what you said. I'm actually the worst. If you're in any doubt, this is a dictatorship. This stream is a dictatorship. I don't want anyone in any doubt. But I'll go through the motions. Look, here's a 2x2. Here's a 3x3. Clement's going hard for it. We've never done 2x2. Israel with 1. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell what's happening. I'm not doing 5. Okay. let's do 2x2 because I haven't done 2x2 on stream before, and I wanna show some love to the 2x2 squad in the chat. Let's do it. All right. And also because we did a what do you call it? We did what do I call my streams when I practice? On the grind. We did it on the grind on 2x2, but that was on Cuber's Live. And the scrambles were so scuffed. They were disgusting. They were disgusting. Is that a thing? 4D 3x3. No, absolutely not. That scares me. All right, let's do it, everyone. Grab a 2x2. And watch me be average. Oh, it's a bit dark in here. Let me adjust my lighting, everyone. Hold on. Crank that up. All right. Oh, my days. Look at this scramble. Not that I'm discussing scrambles or anything, but this is wild. Okay. Can I remember the OLL? No. Dang it. Oh well. Whatever was there was wasted by me because I couldn't see the I got the layer wrong. It was that one. Dang it. I got the OLL wrong. I knew I was going to as soon. This is gross and creaky. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. This is a cube sauce emergency. I just need to drop some I need to chuck some sauce in here because it's gross. Hear that? Oof. Yuck. Get in there. Get in there, sauce. Get in there and do your work. Cube sauce available now at speedcubing.co.nz. It's real good. It makes your cubes nice. Do we want that? Do we want to repeat that? I'm not. Wasn't able to scramble in time. Okay, Niv, come on. Come on, mate. Keep up. What are you up to? Here's the scramble. All right, I'm going to copy it. Am I? Oh, there you go. You can have it in the chat. There you go. It's a silly scramble. There it is in the chat. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, no, wait. I've got to... Oh. I've got to solve this. And there's that OLL just teasing me. Okay. I'm not good at 2x2, by the way. If you hadn't figured that out already. Okay, Niv, are you ready? Oh, this isn't a bad first layer either. I'm going for yellow, gang. What are you going for? Let me know in the chat. Are you going for yellow? Or is that the... Is that a bit of a basic... Am I overlooking something good by going for that? Because blue's not bad either, is it? But I'm going to go for yellow, okay? Not that I'm discussing scrambles. I wouldn't do that. That would be outrageous. Oh. Yeah, I use Ortega. Yeah, my brain's massive. Yeah, I average 7. Even with Ortega. 8. Clement, relax. 1.1, 1.5. The Cuboid with a 3. Israel went for yellow. Niv with the 1.2. Okay. Cubing Austria, welcome along. Sujan would have seen 13 solutions already. Who's Sujan? Should I know who Sujan is? Okay, I'm gonna go. Lots of one. Man, we got some speedsters in the chat today, hey? Some speedy 2x2 people. I'm gonna solve on red. That's what I'm gonna do. That looks like a nice option for me. I love that for me. How am I gonna do it? Like that. That was pretty fat-handed. Oh my, it's been a long time since I've solved a 2x2. Whoopsie, that sucked. That really sucked. Sorry everyone, this is what I get for ignoring the crowd and picking the 2x2. As I get embarrassed. Pretty rough. This is kind of in an interesting place. I'm not sure if I want everyone seeing my shortcuts bar. No, there's nothing bad in there. Is there? No, it's just embarrassing. It's just Pokemon Catan online, recipes folder, just big dad dumb stuff. All right, what are we at? We're 3 deep. Okay, 0.97 for Israel. Hello. 2 moves into double sledge for Adam. 1-0 for Adam. Okay, okay. What are we looking at this time, friends? I think we're looking at yellow here. No, no, white. Well, white and yellow is the same setup, is it? Let's see. Oh. Okay, I'll take a 6, actually. I'll take a 6. Thank you, Kimiyoshi. I did yellow. I got it. I got it. The average is not best. Oh, look, best possible average. Is that new? Has it always been BPA on CS Timer? I never use. I honestly, I don't use CS Timer that much. Oh, come on now. How am I gonna get BPA? How am I supposed to live, laugh, love under these conditions with this kind of scramble? Are you kidding me? I see orange. I feel. Oh, hey, wait a minute. I feel like am I staring at a 4-mover? I can't tell sometimes if I'm looking at a 4-mover or if I'm just looking at trash. Is 4-mover or trash? That would be a good game for the stream. People can submit 4-movers or trash, and I have to guess if they're 4-movers or trash. What was I looking at? I think it was orange. I think orange is the go. Let's do it. Uh-huh. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Uh-oh. Oh, no. What did I do there? I clearly have goofed something because things weren't working. Did I forget which color I was doing? I think that's what's happened. Woof. The layer is not that bad. Well. It went bad. Look at that average of 510. Come on now. I should have 3 seconds on that. Embarrassing. Embarrassing, everyone. What are we looking at? Let me see those averages. Have we been tracking our averages? A few people are struggling on that one. There's some 4s coming in. Clement's on a roll. 1-1, 1-5, 1-0. Everyone else was looking at green on that one, were they? Let me see that trash. Let me see that. DNF for Israel. What's that last one? What's that last one? Here's what we were looking at. F-U-R-U-2-R. F-2-R-U-R-U. Wait a minute. Did I I think I must have misscrambled that. Because there's now I've got a 2-bar. I've either scrambled it, misscrambled it this time, or I misscrambled it last time. Or I didn't copy it right. No, it's the wrong. That's the same scramble. That's scramble 1, for goodness sake. This is scramble 5. There we go. I didn't copy properly. Okay, let me see this last scramble again. F prime R, U prime R, F2, U2, R, U, F2. You were looking at green on this, you reckon? That's mad. Oh, okay. No, I think I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And then we're looking at that into our friend. Ching. Okay, okay. Yep, I definitely could have made a better job of that. That was gross. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. We've never done 2x2 live on Cubecast before, so that was a first. It's only taken me 21 episodes to start branching out from 3x3. Clement, there's a 4-move side into EG1. Okay. I knew there was something. I knew there was going to be some kind of shenanigans. What do you think of that idea? 4-mover or trash? I think that could be quite a good quiz. That could be a good challenge. I think for some point in the future. Hey, let's have some shameless advertising, shall we? Don't forget to use code Cubecast, everyone, at speedcubeshop.com. Save yourself 5% on all the stuff that they have for sale. They've beat me to the pre-order on the Huameng V2, I think. Pretty sure they've got the pre-order right now. I will literally have it like later today or tomorrow. I'll have it. So if you're in Australia and New Zealand, you just relax, all right, and use code Cubecast at speedcube.co.nz instead. And you can also buy cube sauce there. We've just released thick sauce, and we're prototyping 50k. The new my version of Traxxas 50k, which you can't get anymore. Rest in peace, Traxxas. So that's a nice story, isn't it, everyone? Then you can also go to Last Layer Cubing and buy some t-shirts, and you can buy yourself a Cubecast mug. Oh, I forgot my mug today. You can use code Cubecast there for 5% off. And you can also go to our good friends Cubing Life Academy and save 5% on all of their stuff too. Hey, that's a good idea. Save 5% on all their stuff, all their amazing courses that they've got. You can learn to be a real good speedcuber, just like me. That's a joke. Okay, I think that's the end of the ads for now, everyone. Is that the end of the ads? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, what are we going to do first, everyone? Right, I want to talk about this Angel situation, but I want to sort of create a good vibe sandwich and not just kill the mood. Shall we start with some hardware? Let's start with some hardware. Let's look at the QiYi XT3, okay? And we'll go and have a look at QiYi's YouTube channel. QiYi, what's it? QiYi Toys? There we are. Let's go have a look at QiYi Toys because they've got a little video. Don't they? Don't tell me it's only on Instagram. Oh, for goodness sake. Is it on Instagram? Okay. I feel like there was a video. I feel like there was a video of the XT3. See what I mean? Like I haven't done my usual raking around for my links yet. Let's just have a look for the QiYi XT3. I haven't asked our man Sean if we can look at this yet. Oh look, there's me. You should also go watch me on A Week in Cubing, by the way, everyone, if you haven't done that already. Let's have a look at what SpeedCube Shop are saying in this short.
This is the XT3 V1 by X-Man Designs.
Hey, Jaden.
And there's actually two of them. This first version has a frosted
Psych.
base, no adjustable magnets in the corners or edges, a green toolless adjustment system that has springs, along with corner-to-core magnets. The second version is
stripped out, it's basic.
But also has no adjustable magnets. It has a toolless adjustment system, however it's red and has maglev. This version also has core magnets along with opposing edge magnets. The turning feel is pretty similar on both cubes.
I think we knew this, didn't we?
Fast and smooth out of the box, but they feel kind of flimsy and, in my opinion, too flexible. Even on higher
Jaden's
settings
not impressed.
and a lot of lube, these cubes are still very flexible, but it is more controllable and feels quite nice. Overall, it feels like a good blend between the QiYi M Pro and the Tornado V4.
I love the QiYi M Pro.
It takes a bit of time to set up well. For more information about this cube,
okay,
subscribe to be notified when we release our full review.
Interesting take from Jaden at SpeedCube Shop. Okay. I have heard various different things. I've heard that, well, let's go back over the basics. So yeah, the red and green festive magnet color I love. Jaden's just told us green is the flagship. Green adjustment system is the flagship. Red adjustment system is the Pioneer. It's the same adjustment system as the QiYi M Pro. No adjustable magnets, so it's like a sort of scaled down Tornado, but it's not the same adjustment system. Jaden reckons she's a bit floppier than the Tornado. So yeah, QiYi have filled a void of their own creation between the QiYi M Pro and the Tornado. It's a really interesting move from QiYi. There are people who really love the XT3. One of those people is, I don't know if you've heard of him, this new up-and-coming cuber called Max Park. He has been like switching in and out between the Tornado V4 and the XT3. So he's a big fan. Dwayne Ramos, who is based here in Christchurch, He is a big fan of it as well, although I did see him at a comp the other day. He'd given it to someone else. He was maining the Tornado. V3 or 4, I can't say. I wouldn't like to speculate. Obviously, wait, V4. Obviously, he was using the V4. Obviously, for contractual purposes, he was using the V4. But that's interesting, isn't it, champions? The XT3 is out now. Is it, Jaden? It's out now, isn't it? Let's have a look on SpeedCube Shop. I'm pretty sure I've had the go-ahead from my supplier about that one as well. So, what's it called? XT3. XT3. My location is set to New Zealand. That's nice. Yeah, go. Oh, there's Soup Timmy. That's good, isn't it? Continue! Jaden, why is your website such a jerk? I've said continue. Just let me have the thing. There we go. XT3. No, that's a Porsche. Okay, XT3 not available in pre-order yet, but I know that the Huameng V2, that is available on pre-order now, isn't it? Huameng TG, there we go, the TG. Not GT, the TG. These are New Zealand dollars you're looking at, don't freak out. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Huameng soon. But anyway, QiYi, this button. QiYi, I'm talking to you. What are you up to? What are you up to releasing the Tornado V4 and then releasing the XT3? Like, threatening. That's not your job. That's someone else's job, is to release a cube that's as good as and cheaper, arguably, Jaden, I see you. Arguably, you know, comparative to the Tornado, which has just come out. Do you know what I am saying? Do you know what I am saying? Hey, Jaden, actually, you know what I need? I need mods. I don't have chat mods. Jaden, you're a responsible adult. I'm going to make you a mod. I'm not even going to ask you. I trust you. You have been... wait, how do I do that? Oh, no, I don't know how. I thought I could just make someone a mod. Or do I have to go into my channel settings to do that? That's boring. Well, I'm going to do that after this. Oh, I thought I could do that just in my chat. I guess not. Well, never mind. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Good story, though. Okay, so that's the QiYi XT3. I feel like we've kind of gone over it. I went over it a lot with Jaden on A Week in Cubing, last week's episode, which just came out. And it just looks really good. It looks solid, and it looks like it's going to be affordable, and it looks like it's going to be... we don't have final pricing on it yet, so that's speculative, but I think it's got to be cheaper than a Tornado V4. And yeah, exciting stuff. Now, shall we just do this? Shall we just get into talking about, while we're on the subject of QiYi, I suppose, shall we just get into talking about Angel Sanchez? This is going to be a difficult conversation, and one that I am going to try and approach as sensitively and sensibly and maturely as I can. Okay, so Angel Sanchez, my understanding, is an adult male like me, a grown man who has been messaging essentially a minor, a young girl who he met at a cube competition. She has very bravely, I think, spoken up about it and released some screenshots of messages. And from my recollection yesterday, from looking into it, Angel also said, yeah, he said, yeah, those are my messages. So he was messaging a minor in a way that was inappropriate for an adult to do, right? And we've seen the messages. It's on Cubix's friends. It's not explicit, but it is inappropriate. Okay? So that's what happened there. People on Cubix friends were saying, this is not okay that this is happening. The WCA it seems, are powerless to do anything about it as a result of their own guidelines, is my understanding. We might have a look at that in a minute. But what I wanted to do is just talk about my experience, I suppose, as someone who's worked with young people and someone who is an adult. So in New Zealand, in youth work, we have a thing called the Youth Work Code of Ethics, right? Let me see if I can look that up. Youth Work Code of Ethics, and it's something that Arataiohi, there we go, the Arataiohi Youth Work Code of Ethics, okay? And we have a very, very stringent set of rules around how one conducts oneself with young people, right? Because it's really, really important as adults in a space where there are lots and lots of young people. It's our responsibility as adults to safeguard those young people. Obviously, there's parents involved and everything like that as well, but it is our responsibility to look after the young people that are in our surrounds. Okay, so some of the Youth Work Code of Ethics stuff goes over real simple stuff. Don't hit the young people. Duh. Don't do drugs with young people. Don't drink alcohol with young people. Don't do things that are really obvious, you know? Don't abuse your power as an adult around young people. Like, it sounds so simple. It sounds so silly, but it does need to be explicit, because people can go, well, this person didn't do a crime. And it's like, well, yeah, no, you're correct. Technically, you are correct. But they absolutely did something that is not okay and is inappropriate. And it is not the first time it's happened in cubing, which is the real unfortunate thing about this. People on Cubic's Friends were bringing up the valid point. The WCA seems powerless to do anything about it. They seem to be taking the stance of, well, it didn't happen at a competition, which I think is absolutely ridiculous and heinous, because they were exposed to each other at a competition, right? You cannot just ignore that and be like, what? Not me. Not me. Okay, so youth work ethics is a thing that exists certainly in New Zealand. It must exist in other countries. The WCA needs to have some kind of version of this, because the cubing community is so young generally, you know? It's there are so many young people, very, very young people. So, just some advice from me. If you're an adult and you are somehow messaging a young person, if at any point you are thinking this might not be a good idea, spoiler alert, it's not a good idea, okay? You've got to be so careful, like, because you're dealing with children. This girl was 13 at the time. That's I don't want to be rude to 13-year-olds in the chat who feel very mature and feel like they're not little kids anymore, but 13 is very, very young, no matter what country you're in. That's a young kid, and an adult interacting with a young kid needs to be just smart, okay? Not even that smart, just like not completely dumb. I don't know. I'm wandering around here. It baffles me when that happens, and it gets my hackles up as a parent of young children as well, right? So that's the youth work code of ethics is the thing that works here in New Zealand. Some advice for adults, I guess I've given. Just don't be an idiot. What are you doing? What are you doing? Is my question. And then I wanted to talk about Just some basic stuff. Now we need to. I don't know how I'm going to find this. This is the issue I'm having today, in that I haven't been able to research this. If anyone is able to give me a link and have some raking around in the background, there must be rules for becoming a delegate. There must be some kind of rules for becoming a delegate in terms of like police checks and all this kind of stuff. Because so I'm, again, going back to my own experience, which is all I know, as a youth worker, as someone working with children in any capacity, you have to, even to be on the school board, which I am, I have to have an up-to-date police check, right? We've got to pay $30 or whatever it is to get what for me is a blank sheet of paper, because I haven't done any crimes, or I haven't been caught for doing any crimes. You decide. But like, you have to prove that you've got a clean record, that you are no risk to young people before you can be put in a position of authority around young people. And my question is a genuine question, because I don't know this yet. What safeguards are there in place in becoming a delegate before you're allowed to work with young people? So what am I looking for in this is like how to become a delegate, I suppose. I don't know. Like, are there any regulations? Maybe we need to be in the regulations and guidelines. Shall we have a look in here? Do you see what I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to find out if there are rules around signing people up to be a delegate. Internet sad. This is a really difficult one to talk about, everyone, and it's a little bit heavier than what we usually talk about, but I think it's super important to talk about. But where am I going to find? Kuranir is the person we're talking about, a delegate. I'm not 100% sure on that. I actually can't remember. But I feel like people who've been in this position before have been delegates. Thank you so much for subscribing, Deli Del. I appreciate it. What am I going to search for on here? So, like, delegate onboard. It would be delegate onboarding, right? Where am I looking for this, everyone? Like, where can I find this stuff? Because this is information that I think actually now, thinking about it, I'm like, as a parent sending my kid to a WCA comp, this is a valid thing to ask. Who are these people running a competition? I'm not suggesting that all delegates are a problem, but I am going, well, hold on a second. What are the things put in place for checking that our delegates, our people in authority, are above board? Because we are talking about adults in authority interacting with minors. That is essentially what we're talking about. So, do we just want to do a Google search? How to become a WCA delegate. Oh, here we go. What's this? So Google works better. Yeah, new delegates are listed as junior delegates at first. Yeah, okay, we know that. Afterwards, they are requested to show proficiency managing competitions before being promoted to WCA delegates. And this is what I'm slightly concerned about. Hello, Silas the Cuber. Thanks for subscribing. This is what I'm concerned about, because it's just like, okay, you've got to be good at WCA stuff. Sure, obviously. But what else? Where are the safeguards for our minors? You see what I'm saying? Where... And it could be that this exists, but the documentation is so hard to find stuff in. So they would have to act under the WCA Code of Conduct, wouldn't they? World Cube Association Code of Conduct. Shall we have a look at that? Ooh. No, I tell you what. Let's have a look at the Code of Conduct and the Code of Ethics. So, Code of Conduct is... it's short. Oh, no, it's not. Here we are. We're going to go through some documents here, everyone, okay? That's happening. Deal with it. Can I collapse this? Everything's in the way. Never mind. I'll have to read it to you. It's story time, all right? So this is the code of conduct. Code of conduct must be considered by all members of the World Cube Association. So this is not just delegates. This is everyone. You and I, everyone. Just competitors and all that kind of stuff. As a standard for actions and behavior. Members of the WCA community include, but are not limited to, registered speedcubers, competition organizers, guests, officials, users on the forum. These actions should uphold the spirit and mission of the WCA while not breaking any regs, motions, or policies. Registered speedcubers who are qualified as WCA staff must also uphold the code of ethics as a standard for actions and decisions they will be making. The code covers previously known issues as well as issues that the WCA foresees as requiring additional guidance. The document will be updated periodically to incorporate new topics as they are brought. Disciplinary procedures, are handled by the Integrity Committee, the WIC. The official communication channel for the WIC is email. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna read through this. I'm gonna search for 2 words. I'm gonna search for the word minor, 0, and I'm gonna search for the word esual. Aha, here we go. Okay. Possible violations include, but are not limited to. No, I don't want to read all these out because it's gnarly. Okay, that's about orientation. Yeah, obviously, don't bully based on that. So don't be a jerk or discriminate based on that. Harassment. Unwelcome esual comments, jokes, and esual advances. Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. It's right there, 2.2.5. I'm not going to comment on names being dropped in the chat without evidence. Just FYI. So okay, so no, yeah, none of that. That's that looks fairly clear cut. 2.2.5 in the code of conduct for all of us. Where else is this word? Discrimination on orientation, harassment, comments, and advances. All a bad idea. Let's have a look now at the code of conduct. So this is slightly different. The code of ethics is for all of us regular punters, okay? That's all of us. Don't do this stuff, or you're officially a jerk, all right? These are the rules. And I like that that's in there. That seems to be fairly well covered, actually, in the code of ethics. The code of conduct. So the code of conduct must be considered by all members. Hey, Nick, welcome along. Official Timmy, Curious Nick. The code of conduct must be considered by all members of the WCA community as a standard for actions or behavior. Members of the WCA community include, but are not limited to... Oh, I beg your pardon, I'm still in code of conduct. This is the ethics. The code of ethics must be considered by all staff members of the WCA. Referred to in this document as staff. Listed delegates refers to WCA delegates who are publicly displayed. I'm going to do the same search. I'm going to do the same search for the same 2 words. Minor. 0. Young. 0. There is no. There are no specific. There are no specific items about young people or minors. All right, let's look for the. Oh, okay. Oh wow, that's telling though. Why is there explicit? So I've just searched. Sorry, you can't see it on screen. I've just searched for the word esual in the code of ethics, and there are 0 results. I guess maybe code of conduct, because that covers everyone. Wouldn't overrule code of ethics, because code of ethics is for staff. Finances, reimbursements, registration fees, listed delegates. Oh, another word I wanted to search for was police. 0. Check. 0. What other words could I be searching for here for like checks for delegates? Like background. Background 0. Okay, I think there's holes here potentially. This might be another video just chewing through the code of ethics. Okay, so what have we learned, everyone? So my major concern, my concern, everyone, let me share my concern or concerns with you. We are in a community where there are often adults in positions of power interacting with minors. I understand that minor means different things in different countries, but my point still stands. There are adults in positions of power interacting with minors, and bad stuff is happening. Bad stuff is happening. We've seen it in a few occasions. I don't see action from the WCA, unfortunately. I could be, unless I'm wrong about that. You know I love to be proved wrong, so but I don't think I have seen action taken. I don't think I've seen people banned for these things. And I reckon my position is you should be banned for these things. Get out. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. I don't think that's a niche view. But I think, as with many things in the WCA, they have a lot going on, but they don't seem to have, in the code of ethics which governs staff, they don't seem, from this cursory little glance I've had searching on some main keywords, I don't see I don't see any means of taking action. I'm gonna have to search in the regs as well, okay? I feel like that's because I'm not trying to bag on the WCA here, but this appears to be first of all, this appears to be something that's repeatedly happening. And repeatedly not being dealt with in a way that's necessarily satisfactory, in my opinion. Let's go to the World Cube Association again real quick, and I just want to run some of these things in the regulations. Just gonna go ahead and look for the SUL word again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, I didn't want to do that in the search bar. I wanted to do that in Apple F. No, the word SUL does not appear once in the regs. Let me clear this. Clear my search bar here. The WCA devs are going to be looking at the search traffic on their site today and just going to be like, what is happening? What is going on? Okay, let's look at minor. Although that in the regs that could have. Okay, there's no issue of minor there. Youth, young. Is this because I haven't got the sections expanded? Okay, I might have. Oh no, they are expanded. So there's none of these keywords. Again, these same keywords: youth, young, minor, SUL. None of these are showing up in the regs either. So it's not in the regs. It's not in the regs. It's not in the code of ethics for staff, but it is in the code of conduct for us as competitors and members. Mango saying, I heard somewhere that they won't take action because the conduct didn't happen at a competition. That is the same thing I've heard as well. I've read in a number of places. I cannot exactly state the validity of the sources, but I haven't seen any evidence. Again, come at me. I'm always willing to be proved wrong. I have not seen any evidence of anyone being banned for this stuff. And that's a worry. And I think we're coming to the end of my story on this today. Quite a heavy one, this one, everyone. Sorry about that, but it's important because we have a obligation. I've talked about, in the past, I've talked about my sort of feeling as an adult in the space that me and other adults in the space have a responsibility to conduct ourselves like role models, right? Role models. Don't grow up to be like me professionally, but you know, be nice to people. If you learn one thing from me, it's be nice to people. But I feel like I can't not talk about it when I'm seeing this coming up. I'm like, hold up. This is an issue. And that's the end of what I'm going to say on it today. I think I'm going to have to do a video going on a deep dive through the code of ethics. I might have to ask some people. I might have to ask someone at the WCA, and I might have to have a look through some old incident logs or whatever to see if I can find instances of people being banned for that. Anyway, shall we have a palate cleanser? Shall we have a palate cleanser? Let's have a fight. Everyone, shall we? Let's have a fight. You know what we're going to fight about? What do we always fight about? Our little man, Wang Yiheng. And we want to look at his latest controversy. 3x3. What was his... Oh, what was it again? It was a 3.27. 3.27. Here we are. Okay. Is that the one we want to look at? I don't want to look at a short. I hate shorts. I'm too old. I'm so old, everyone. I'm so old. Let's look at teacher. Now, hold on a minute. Someone corrected me in a comment about teacher. I wanted to say Jia. Teacher Jia. XYA. Jia. Who was that? If you're in the chat and you've commented me, or if you're in the chat and you are a Chinese speaker, who I'm fairly sure Teacher Jia is. Oh God, I hope I haven't been awfully racist just now. I'm fairly sure Teacher Jia is based in China. I'm assuming he speaks Chinese. If not, I am mortally embarrassed and terribly sorry. Q pianist. Do I say Jia like I'm saying it like a J? Jia? Or is it like Tia, like TS? I don't know. Anyway, what we're talking about is not how ignorant I am. We're talking about Yiheng Wang's 3.27. So here we go. 3.7. Okay. We're just going to wait for it to turn up, and then we're going to have a look. Because, background, everyone, what's happened... First of all, let's get the poll up, first of all, okay? So we'll see how... we'll start... Oh, I can start a Q&A. Okay, that's interesting. That's one for the future. Okay. Should Yiheng's... 3.27 be allowed? Yes or no? Now, because it's been DNF'd. Because our little friend, little Wang Yiheng, you'll see in the video, picked up the cube, touched the cube before... Not only touched the cube, turned the cube before the judge had written the thing. So here we go. Here we're gonna see the event here, everyone. Okay, so you watch. Just notice how he's got his little warm-up cube beside him there. Yeah, hype! Oh my days, I did it! Smashed the record, everyone. Goes to grab a cube instinctively, but he actually grabs the one. He grabs the one that was the cube he was competing. So yeah, for clarification, according to the regs, you would get a +2 for touching the cube, I go, oh, whoops, put that down, +2. But if you touch it and turn it, that is a DNF according to the regs. Okay? But we have fairly conclusive video evidence that it was solved. Let's have a look. From the referee's point of view, from the player's perspective, there are some players you like. I see a lot of these record-breaking players. They might just break the world record, call the referee to come and check. That's clockers usually, isn't it? I don't know how much more of Teacher Jad's video we need to go through, because we have seen the solve. Let's go back to the solvey bit and just take a look at this again. And I'll make the case as to why I am a hypocrite, and I think this should be allowed to stand. So, friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends beyond the binary, what are we looking at here? It's a solved cube, right? There we are. Right? Is this video evidence of a solved cube? Well, this is a different question now. To me, this is a potential judge issue. Love your work, judge. Love your work. But look what's just happened. His brain, this poor judge's brain has just gone, because he's just seen Yiheng Wang smash a 3.27 right in front of him. He's in shock. He's damaged. He's damaged from what he's just seen. He's in shock. Now, he's not written the time down. He's seen the time. We've all seen the time. Yiheng's grabbed the solved cube. So, technically, yes, there is a +2 there. And then he's turned the cube, so technically, the judge is writing the time down now. Let's go back again. Did the judge actually look at the cube? Or did he even take his eyes off the stopwatch? I don't know. Yo, backwards Yiheng hype. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Solvey, solvey, solvey. Judge is looking at the cube. The cube's spinning. Look at that. Style. So, I think that's cool. I think that's great. Love that for him. I feel like TPS Cuber, we are on the same wavelength, all right? We just passed the rule. Well, hold on a minute. Was it a rule or was it a guideline? Again, who knows? Where have you gone? We just passed the rule, guideline, whatever, that allows video review. So shouldn't we be using that for this case? I think so. Absolutely. Let's go to the statement. Let's go to the statement about it, because there were explicit things that they said that we couldn't use. There were explicit things. Oh, God, there's a post about this that I haven't gone through. I can't do that now. There was an explicit case. There were explicit cases that they said we couldn't use that video for. That we couldn't use video for. Where the hell is this post? Is it in general? Where? No, was it in general? Oh, where was it, everyone? I'm lost in the chat now. I just want to see if I'm being a total hypocrite, or if I'm coming up against the if I'm coming up against the announcement recently. I don't know. I think I'm being a hypocrite in multiple places, is what I'm saying. It was a statement. It wasn't an announcement. Statement. Oh, hello. Statement starts with S. And it doesn't. It's not spelt like that. There's an A in it. Statement on frame-by-frame analysis, everyone. Jeez, we got there. Okay. Attempts eligible. Okay, here we go. This is specifically. Frame-by-frame analysis will not be used in all other cases, including but not limited to violations of A6C fully releasing the puzzle and flat while stopping, ensuring that a blindfold's fully on, verifying that accidental turns and inspection are within the bounds of Article 10, altering a recorded time. I don't see it in there. Frame-by-frame analysis may be used to verify that the time recorded by the timer accurately reflects the time elapsed during a solve. That's frame counting. Starting position valid. Remove penalties from attempts where frame-by-frame analysis unambiguously demonstrates the validity of the attempt. I feel like there's a case for being able to use frame-by-frame analysis here based on their own statement, the WRC's statement. So, what's the poll saying? What did I ask again? I said, should Yiheng's 3.27 be allowed? Oh my days. Look at this split. Should it be allowed? 52% say yes. 48%. Oh my gosh, we've got a Brexit vote situation here. 52-48. That's wild. That is very, very close. Based on 29 votes. That's most of you in the chat, actually. So congratulations about it. I'm going to end it there because that result is iconic. TPS Cuber, let's write the WCA letter. I know Juliet accidentally, Mango Cuber, I know Juliet accidentally made contact with the cube after finishing her solve, but all she did was accidentally hit it, but she also didn't pick it up. Well, there's no malice here. There's no malice. Again, this is why this, I think, is different. So, the sliding timer abuse, in my mind, is an intentional violation which gives you an advantage. This to me looks like an accidental violation which gives him no advantage. Because let's have a look at it again. That's why I'm like, this seems a bit much. Poor Yiheng, like the kid can't catch a break, eh? Oh, on full screen. I mean, like, let's just put sliding out of our minds for a second, okay? We're gonna frame by frame this, everyone. That's what we're doing. Because I'm not an expert, but in this I am gonna see 3 sides of the cube. And I'm smart enough to know that 3 sides solved equals all sides solved, okay? So, in terms of, like, PLL stuff, right? Unless I'm being really stupid. Curious Nick, he knows not to touch the cube or make a move right after stopping the timer. I think it feels to me like he's made a mistake and he meant to pick up this one. But let's have a look, okay? So he's finishing the PLL. What was the PLL? Can I spot it? Was it PLL or was it ZB or something? I don't know. I'm not qualified for that. Stay in your lane, Michael. Right, here he goes. So, there's the AUF. Okay, green and red, good. Red, good. Blue, good. So there's no possible PLL case. So I can see 4 Niv. I can see yellow as well. I hear what you're saying. I presented I presented my argument very poorly. I'll do that a lot. So yellow side solved, green side solved, red side solved, blue side solved. So what haven't we seen? Orange and white. But that's a solved cube. Yeah? Like, that's a solved cube. Hooray! Hooray! He doesn't need to text his mum like Brendan Dunnigan because his mum's already there. You know she's there watching. And look, because I don't think he even looks at the table. He knows cube in vicinity. Yo, knocked his chair over. What a badass. What a badass. Okay, arguably looks at the cube there. But he's like, surely the judge has done his stuff by now. And then he's just spamming. Judge is still in shock. R.I.P. Wait, Nick's coming at me. Hold on. You stated that he made a mistake and that's what he was penalized for. Are you talking to me there, Nick? Is that my contradiction? I mean, I know I am contradicting myself on a technicality based on the sliding stuff. TPS Cuber says all sides clearly solved. I agree. Like, Do we agree? Hold on a minute. Poll was start a poll. Was Yiheng question for you, Q pianist. If I'm calling Wang Yiheng by one name, am I calling him Wang or am I calling him Yiheng? Genuine ignorant question there, and I'm fairly confident that you've told me before that you're a native Chinese speaker. Was Yiheng's 3.27 single solved before he picked it up? Based on the evidence that I've shown you today, was Yiheng's /Wang's /Wang Yiheng's 3.27 single, was it solved? Based on what we've just looked at, never mind the should it be allowed, was it solved? Because as far as I can tell, it was absolutely solved. Who's coming straight in with a no? Unbelievable. Oh, okay. I thought this would be a clean sweep. You little rat bags. Favorite stock photo? Nah, it can't be a corner twist if we've seen 4 sides. Because we've seen all the corners, correct? We've seen every corner if we've seen 4 sides. So it can't be a corner twist. It's possible there's a single edge flip, Niv, but how would he have done that in the solve? Can you flip a single edge? Happy Gamer, yeah, only possibility for unsolved is edge flip. Okay, so we've got a fairly overwhelming 90% at the moment on 20 votes. We've got a fairly overwhelming it was solved. A fairly overwhelming it was solved. And remember, this is a dictatorship, so I'm going to end the poll. I'm going to end the poll because it's showing a result I like. So that's how you dictator, everyone. So yeah, that's that probably, isn't it, everyone? My opinion, which is worth nothing, is that this is a bit unfair. This feels a bit unfair on poor Yiheng. Or Wang. Let's just go Wang Yiheng. Mango, I don't know if there is a reconstruction yet. I haven't seen it. Curious, Nick Stanley Chapel got a +2. Yeah. Non-stop cubing with the tinfoil hat. The scramblers didn't like him, so they flipped his edge. But then he knows the alg to flip the edge back after the timer stop. Okay, what's TPS Cuber? I don't think Yiheng is being treated differently. It's just that he's good enough that he's breaking records and we need to make sure they are valid attempts. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So, yeah, my opinion today, what's the date? It's the 24th of October, 2024. My opinion on the Yiheng Wang 3.27 DNF is that that's a bit rough. Poor little man. He can't, honestly, he can't set a record. He can't set a record. Because what else? People came after him for the sliding. Valid. That's rule breaking. That's malicious. Well, no, it's not malicious, I don't think. But it was clear violations of regulations that gave him an advantage. This didn't give him an advantage, and that's why I think it's unfair. He got a big fat 3. Man, Nick, you are just out for blood today. It's rough, but are you a teacher, Nick? You're bringing teacher energy today. I love it. Yeah, Chief is making a valid point. It doesn't matter that the solve was done by Yiheng, and it doesn't matter what the time was. If anyone did the same thing, their solve would also be DNF'd, so it's only fair. All right. Yeah, look, I do hear that. Maybe what I'm saying is I just feel bad for him. That's what I feel. All right? I just feel bad for him. Like, that's rough. That is rough. But I hear the counter argument of he is Wang Yiheng. He knows the rules. All right? I cannot argue that hard with that. So anyway, that's us. That's Huameng Heng. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part in that. That was good fun. Right, what are we talking about? Should we have a look at the Huameng, right? We should have a look at the Huameng V2, shouldn't we? No, what's it called? The Huameng TG. I want to call it GT, like the Grand Tourer. But it's not that, so I won't. Let's look at the... I'm sure there's a video from MoYu. Come on, MoYu. Why Cube companies, can you stop releasing these on these videos first on Instagram? That's an insane thing to do. What the hell's MoYu's YouTube channel? Is it MoFang? No, I can't remember. Let's look on Instagram. Declaration. MoYuCube. Here we are. Maybe we don't have a video. Maybe I dreamed the video. Maybe I'm having those hyper-specific cube dreams again, which are a concern. MoYuCube. What's their YouTube channel called? Here we go. Here we go now. Huameng TG. There's what I'm looking for. All right? Trust. Trust. This is the Huameng TG. 8 core magnets. Okay. Chunky big magnets. Look at those. Rods in the corners. Ooh, a spring. Wait. What the fresh hell is this? Is that a corner? Come on, you goober. Was that? Okay. That's a bit wild. Okay, no, it's just the internal. Okay, it's the internal mech for the corner. So it's carrying springs in each corner to adjust the corner rods. That's pretty wacky. What else have we got here? Alright, yeah, so very hectic spring-based insemming with the correction. What fresh heaven is this? Fair. All things in balance, I suppose. Oh, I turned the volume down with my fat hands. How did I do that? Didn't know I had that skill. So yeah, I see... What do I see? We see corner to core magnets. We see repelling edge magnets. This thing is stacked with tech. Yeah, insane. I thought, for a second there, I thought it was spring, not maglev. And then there you go. You've got edge. Oh my days. This is actually my worst nightmare, this cube. Edge adjustment. Corner to core adjustment. Physically moving the magnet. Yeah, okay, cool. MoFangGeQiYi has messaged me on Discord. Hold on a minute. Oh my gosh. Alright, I've got an essay from Jaden all about MoYu, which I might get to. I'm probably not going to read on stream. There's a lot of it there, but Jaden's got some deep MoYu thoughts. Look at all that gubbins, everyone. Look at all that guff. Look at all that. That, honestly, stresses me out. How much does this weigh? How many kilos does this cube weigh? A lot of stuff going on in there. The Huameng sent Mango over the edge. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I hope you're okay. You've got Huameng GTSD. Right? I need a little drum joke sound. TGSD. This is overkill in semming. It looks like overkill to me. But I am hearing very 1620. They just wanted to beat GAN. They just wanted to beat the GAN 14, right? 89 grams MoFangGeQiYi is saying. That is a bit thick for a 3x3, isn't it? But there we go. Ooh, a little handle on the adjustment system. Now, apparently MoYu had that idea before QiYi. So before you MoYu haters come on here, I have heard that apparently it was MoYu's MoYu's patent or idea before Qi went at it. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting now. That it's got the handle is adjusting elasticity, and that bit on its own is adjusting. So they haven't done, actually this isn't the same, because the Qi one is clockwise does one thing, anti-clockwise does the other. That is the difference we're seeing. The little handle is, man, the little handle is what it is. It's just a little handle. But what we're seeing here is that we've got tension on the little thing you can twist, and 9 levels of elasticity on the handle. And it is maglev, and it is edge repelling, and it is it's probably got tons of versions. What the hell are these? What the those are kind of cool, actually. Those are the screwdrivers, or like magnet adjusters. Those are kind of cool. I don't hate those. Let's go to SpeedCube shop. Hey, see what we're looking at. Let's get some numbers. Oh no, wrong SpeedCube shop. Hold on. You know what I mean. Wrong SpeedCube website. Let's put it back in American. Let's put it back in freedom dollars for all of our Americans. What the heck is it called? TG. No. What's it called? Huameng. Oh, TG with a space. Okay, Huameng TG. Okay. Search fail. The MoYu Huameng TG 3x3 magnetic ball core maglev. Oh gosh. Oh, shout out to my friend Cam. 4 versions. Let's go. 4 versions. Love to see it. Love to see it. So, 65 freedom bucks is what the top version one is going to set you back. Okay. Look at all those adjustments you can have, everyone. Isn't that exciting? So, it's a little bit spicier than the original Huameng by an order of magnitude. So, what is this comparable to? Let's take the UV coated one. Let's take the flagship one. 65 US. No, I'm really sorry. No, I need to learn this. I was gonna have to convert it to New Zealand. 65 freedom dollars. What's a tornado worth in American? Tornado V4. It's worth 50. So this is more expensive than a top tier Tornado V4. What about a GAN 15? What's a GAN 15 in American money? GAN 15. Ooh, MoYu. Hello, what are you up to? What are you up to here? That's 5 US away from a GAN 15, sir. That's like 5 chilies out of 5 spicy. Do we agree? That's pretty spicy. Okay, so there's a springy one. Oh, I don't hate that. There's a ball core UV spring one, I guess. Is that right? Jaden, can you confirm? Regular ball core frosty. Regular ball core UV. Ball core maglev frosty. Ball core maglev UV. What's the cost on UV today? $11 US. So 54 US for the ball core maglev frosty, 65 for the ball core maglev UV. Oh, what Mango? What am I supposed to be confirming? Oh, I can't remember. The ball core UV and ball core, those ones are spring. That's what I'm asking you to confirm. The gold switchy doos imply that there is a spring instead of maglev. And the blue switchy doos mean you've got yourself a maglev right there. And that we're also looking that UV coating is today. This is like we're checking the UV coating stocks. Today, UV coating is worth $11 US because that's the difference between the price of the Ballcore Maglev Frosty and the Ballcore Maglev UV. Correct? Of course I'm correct. I'm always correct. It's very difficult for me to be wrong in my safe little space here that I've created for myself. And also, it's nearly as expensive as a GAN 15, which is interesting. Which is interesting to say the least. Right, what have we done today? We've looked at the QiYi XT3. We've looked at the Huameng V2. We've looked at that whole situation there, and it all got very serious. We've looked at Yiheng's DNF. Hey, friends. It's time before we move on for some ads. Do you like buying stuff? Do you like buying cubes? Of course you do, Timmy. Well, if you live in not Australia and New Zealand, first of all, sorry. Secondly, buy cubes from Speedcube Shop and use code Cubecast. You save 5%. I get a little 5%. I get a little something too. You help to support the channel just by doing your shopping, just by doing your groceries, frankly, by using code Cubecast at speedcubeshop.com. Why not go there and pre-order the MoYu Huameng TG3? That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Or a blue clonk. You could do that. I'm excited for the blue clock. It looks cool. You can also use code Cubecast at Cubing Life Academy to save 5% on any of their outstanding courses to learn how to do cubes real good. And that's a good idea, isn't it? You'd be better at cubing, save some money. I'll make a little something something. I love making a little something something. That makes me feel like a valuable member of society. You can also save something at speedcube.co.nz. Hey, that's my shop. You can buy cool cubes there. You can also buy Cube Sauce, which is our very own brand of lubricant. We've got 3 in the range now, from fastest to more controllable. We've got Turbo Sauce, then Lovely Plush Cube Sauce, then what's the other one? Thick Sauce. That's the one we just released, and then we're gonna have 50k coming soon. And you can also go to lastdayofcubing.com and buy a shirt, for goodness sake. Just go and do that, or buy a mug. You like mugs? You got beverages to put somewhere? Why not buy a mug? And support your favorite cube store, which, for the record, is my cube store. Even if you can't shop there, then obviously it's your favorite, right? Even Jaden agrees with me, because I have the ability to speak for him. And as I said, this is a dictatorship. And welcome. I was gonna do something. What was I gonna do? Was I going to do something? I'm not sure. I was going to check the time. It's 10:56. Good grief. Right, we've got some WCA stuff to get done, and then I'm out of here. All right, I'm gone. Let's go to the WCA. Shall we start with... we need to go to the forum. Right back to the start of the forum. And I wanted to look at... What did I want to look at? Why am I... This doesn't look like... latest. That's what I want. Latest. I wanted to look at... There was an announcement. There was an announcement by the WCA. And where the heck has it gone? WCA announcement. This one. Changes to the WCA Board of Directors. So... We had the annual meeting the other day. Shout out to everyone who came along for the watch party in my server. It was pretty dry. But it was always going to be dry. Like, there was never going to be anything super outrageous at the actual public part of the board meeting as well. There was a staff meeting after that, directly after, which regular plebs like me weren't allowed to. Staff were, and obviously that's where they do the business stuff that they don't want anyone else knowing about, you know what I mean? But since then it's all been quiet until yesterday, when we had an announcement from Zain Ali Bezad, apologies, from the WCA communication team, who said the following: Dear WCA community, we are writing to inform you that effective October 21st, 2024, Michael Chai has decided to step down from his position on the WCA Board of Directors. We would like to thank Michael for his contribution to the organization as a director over the last 16 months. We'll come back to that. The remainder of the board appreciates your patience over the next few months as we consolidate our resources and plan for the future so that we can continue conducting tasks to ensure the operation of our organization. So, yeah, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for your service. Appreciate it. Michael Chai has stepped down. So, what do we see here? What do we see? Well, he stepped down over 16 months. So, after 16 months, so he stepped down early from his position as a director, as a board member on the board of directors. Is that telling? I don't know. Who knows? We're not going to see. It's very unlikely that we're going to see Michael's resignation letter unless he decides to make that public. I don't know. It's not standard board practice to share a board member's resignation letter. I think it would be up to the individual if they wanted to make a statement. I think he's cut his term short, and that's what it is. Again, this is where we're falling foul of my slight lack of prep today, because I haven't been able to go looking for this link. So we're going to go back into the World Cube Association, and we're going to search for board member, okay? Because I'm interested, because I feel like people are going to be, the obvious question is, well, what happens now? Isn't it? What next? Board member, what am I looking for? Election. Board member election. Let's look for that. Posts. I don't really want posts. I think I want regs or something. What's up, Corey? Welcome along. Let's just, it didn't work searching on their site last time, so let's just Google it. How are WCA board members appointed? Appointed. Here we go. Let's, oh, we got a couple of things here. Okay, cool. Interesting. Well, this is the board. It doesn't say. Oh, they removed them already. Man, that was quick. Yep, okay, sure. There's nothing, it's not telling us anything there. Motion. Directors are appointed. Here we go. Election of directors, everyone. So for everyone wondering, what happens now? I'm going to move the chat out of the way. Oh, that's not the chat. This is the chat. Get out of here. You can go down here for just now, okay? This is August the 1st, 2024. Directors are appointed via an election procedure that is initiated and led by the board of directors. If there are no directors left, the WIC will initiate and lead the election procedure. Oh, well, that's interesting. That's something we looked at. Someone that was people were worrying about last time. So, directors are elected for a term of 24 months, and they may be re-elected at the end of their term, subject to eligibility requirements. So there we are. You can be a director more than once. At the start of the election procedure, it will be made clear how many positions in the board of directors are available. All the WCA members with voting rights are eligible to vote. Okay, so the entire voting members of the WCA vote. So we know that. We know, don't we, friends? We know who that is. That's all delegates and all staff. Candidates. Only eligible voters aged 18 or above may be candidates. Oh, so you can't just be a total punter and be a candidate. You have to be staff over 18. Well, you have to be an eligible voter over 18. So you can't just come straight in as a director without having been a staff member or without currently being a staff member. Exception, directors who served 3 consecutive terms leading up to the election cannot be candidates. Okay, there is a cap. There is a cap of 3 terms. I want to know what happens if someone comes out of their term early. So in the school board scenario, that's happened to us. We had a round of elections. Someone came on. They were there for 2 months, and then they actually said, "Actually, I've oversubscribed myself. I don't have time for this," and they stepped back. And we sequestered someone in, or we seconded someone in, or what did we do? Was there a vote? I'm not sure if there was a vote for that person, but they were taken on as a there's words that I'm not remembering right now. I'm gonna search for term. The 6. Okay, that's determined. So what I'm looking for is like, what happens if someone steps down before the term's up? Do they replace them with someone immediately, or do we just wait for the next round? If there are fewer candidates than the number of available positions, the maximum number of fulfilled director positions will be equal to the number of candidates. Must apply. Interestingly enough, in here, there's no provision for anything other than experience in this part as well. Just going back to what we were talking about earlier on, there's no like police or character checks, which is an issue, I think. Not that I'm saying anyone on the board is sus or anything like that. I'm just saying that as general practice, we should have character checks, police check, vetting, like stuff like that, because there are so many young people in cubing. All right, that's what I'm saying. I cannot see anything here about someone. I don't think they're going to replace MoYuCubeOfficial until all the board are voted for, it looks like. So, I do not have the knowledge to say whether this has happened before or not. I don't know. It doesn't look as though there is anything in this motion that would suggest that MoYuCubeOfficial is going to be replaced immediately. So, does that answer your question that you didn't ask about what happens now? It looks like the WCA board will roll. If he's resigned after 16 months. How many more months do we need? We need 8 more months. So 8 months from now. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So June next year-ish is when we'll be seeing board elections, assuming everyone came on at the same time. If they're smart, it would be staggered. I'd like to think it's staggered start times. What that means is you have half the board elected 1 year, then 12 months later, half the board are re-elected, 12 months later, half the board are re-elected. Again, that's what we do in this as part of a school board, so that you don't have a completely new board coming in, because that's not good. That's not good if you just replace a board. That is very, very disruptive and very, very bad for an organization. So hopefully they do have something there that says that they don't have everyone bailing at the same time, or everyone getting replaced at the same time, because that would be a little bit troublesome. But anyway, to summarize, what has happened is MoYuCubeOfficial has stepped down. From a brief look at the motion around electing board members, it doesn't look like they will be in a rush to replace Michael. I'm not sure exactly what his exact responsibilities were. He wasn't the operations person, was he? No, that's Ethan. Ethan's the executive director. Secretary, vice chair. So Kerry and Nick are sharing chairperson responsibilities. Was MoYuCubeOfficial the chair? Because that would be sketchy, but I don't know. So let's not go down that road. Facts, Michael. Facts. MoYuCubeOfficial has stepped down as a board member, cutting his term short by 8 months. That is the fact. That is what we've seen. There is no provision for them to replace him in a hurry, so we can expect to see the next round of voting, which I imagine will be in June 2025-ish, just based on how much of his term he's served. That's the end of my cool story about that, everyone. And we've got we've got one more thing to look at today. We've got one more thing to look at, and that is a post on, again, back on the forum, and it was about, let's look at latest. It was about R&D. And where has it gone? Chat. I didn't know there was chat in here. Research. Why you no type? Uh-oh. Battery die. Keyboard battery die. Plug in keyboard. Phew. Are you there, little keyboard? There we go. Okay. What was I doing? There was a... Ah, here we go. I wanted to just have a wee chat about this. So Cade Beck from the WIC made an interesting post. The WCA in its current state is suffering from a lack of innovation. Bold, harsh, possibly fair. This is something that has become more and more apparent as our organization grows, yet we are still using procedures from over 20 years ago to run competitions in the modern day that have very different needs and resources compared to what competitions were like even 5 years ago. Dare I say it, appropriate rules, regulations, guidelines for looking after the young people in our community. Dare I say that? There, I dared it. A few responsibilities of Cade's imaginary committee would be researching new competition formats, creating resources for organizers to streamline, experiment with new timer hardware, alternative score-taking methods like time-base, collaborate with committees like WRC and WST to optimize their workload more efficiently, research on official events to determine which ones are worth considering, new competition systems, support mechanism for other committees to further their interests. I'm not sure what that means. Reaching out to the community for new ideas. That's dangerous. Assisting in the creation of new committees and reimagining the scope of existing committees. There are some pros and cons. Pros paves the way for more exciting things to come for both competitors and staff. A bona fide method to change things with explicit motions to do so. That's important. That's important. Increases community input within the WCA, streamlines what are currently difficult, slow, and are tedious processes, like switching to new competition practices, adding new events, creating new committees. Cons will need a large discretionary fund, potentially. Would it? I mean, that would be case by case. Motions will be vague at first. Unclear goals if it's still new. Well, that's what setting up a committee is. I don't think these are huge cons. I do like this idea from Cade. There were some posts. Oh, there was a post that was later deleted, which was talking about how a lot of these are already under the remit of existing committees. To which my response is actually echoed by Samuel Baird here. The work of many of these teams and committees doesn't involve trying to make major improvements. And a lot of the work is just necessary that happens in order to keep the WCA running. And I feel like that's kind of the issue that I've raised with my sort of fears about the WCA, is that they're just running on keeping going. They're just like a hamster in a wheel, keeping the whole thing moving, which is totally fair and understandable, and I get it. And I think actually backs up Cade's point that do we have a big focus on... We've focused on growth and we've grown, but have we actually focused on improving and streamlining in a bunch of aspects? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. He goes on to say, Samuel, WRC spends most of the time giving delegates feedback on reports and making rulings for incidents. Very important, and they should do that. WCAT spends most of their time approving or editing competitions, and WAC wasn't really supposed to do any of those things other than being in contact with the community. The WCA is the... What did that stand for? It was about... There was the advisory committee, which has since been disbanded. So I feel like if any of them, the advisory committee, just based on the name, would have been the one that actually looked outward. Because here's the... So this is like part of a... This is a business fallacy or a business truism that anyone who runs a business, any of you who are thinking about being entrepreneurs and business owners and stuff, it's very difficult. It's not impossible, but it is very difficult to work on a business when you are consistently and constantly working in the business. Do you understand what I mean by that? When I'm working in my Cube store, I'm making listings, I'm packing orders, I'm doing promo, I'm doing this. That's working in. That's working in the business. You're doing the thing. You're doing the thing. And that's what WRC and that's what WCAT are doing. They're doing the thing. And the board, to a huge extent as well, to a too large an extent, in my opinion, are working in the organization. Arguably, the board should be working on the organization. What I mean by that is moving it forward at the high level. Where are we going? What is the next 5 years for us? All these huge questions that are vital for an organization's well-being and moving forward. That's what the board and potentially a research committee could be doing, while the other committees are focused and operational and just doing their thing. Beautiful. That is, to me, a good organization. And again, I am like a broken record. We need board. Right under the board, reporting to them, we need a CEO. A CEO, a paid member of staff, in my opinion, who is delegated specifically to run operations. So run everything and report back to the board. So the board can sit and go, the board can sit back and manage their own stuff, their own board stuff, like their future replacements, their elections and all that kind of stuff, and their big strategic planning, all that stuff. That's what a board, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, should be doing. And our board seems to be just so tied up in operations. It just makes me a bit sad, and a bit sad for them, because it's really, really tough. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Cade's post here that says, hey, an R&D committee or an R&D department would be a good idea. I think, having given it some provisional thought, I think I probably agree with you, Cade. I think I probably agree with you that wouldn't be a terrible thing. But I also would say the board actually should be leading some of that stuff, and they're unable to because they're just bogged down in busy work. Is that enough? That's enough for today, everyone. It's 11:15. I need to go and live my life and have a sandwich. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Those of you in Australia and New Zealand, I will have which one? The Huameng, I think, up on pre-order very, very soon. I'll have the QiYi XT up for pre-order as soon as possible. I can't remember if I've got both of those, if the details for both of those are not. Anyway, something's going to be on pre-order. Go buy some stuff, for goodness sake, would you? Just go buy something. Go buy it at Speedcube shop and save 5% with code Cubecast. If you're in Australia and New Zealand, go buy it at speedcube.co.nz and use code Cubecast for 5% off. Actually, Australia and New Zealand, use code PALOOZA, PALOOZA. Some of you read my emails and some of you don't, but I'm running a 10%, 15, 10, 15, I can't remember. I think it's 10%. Use Palooza, and you can save 10% all October on pre-orders, on stuff that's in stock, whatever you like. Go nuts. That's the end of my show, everyone. I'm going to go. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll cut this all up into bite-sized slot portions for you to enjoy throughout the week. Share them with your mates. Like my videos if you see them. Share them somewhere if you see them. Watch them, I guess. That would be nice too. But anyway, I am going to go. Goodbye.